Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I want to talk to you about how to swim with whales, specifically here in Vava'u, Tonga, where I run my humpback whale swim tours. There are not a lot of places in the world where you can do these tours. And of course, I have a very biased opinion, but I do think that Vava'u, Tonga is the best place in the world to swim with whales. After you watch this video, make sure to check out my playlist where I have so many more educational videos about swimming with whales in Tonga. And of course, you can check out humpbackswims.com to see what tours are still available and how to book them. So the first thing I want to tell you about is whale swimming in Vava'u, Tonga. It's not like it's a very slow process, right? People kind of come out here and they think we're zipping around on a boat looking for whales and dropping you guys in the water. It's not like that. We are moving pretty slow. Once we're in the whale grounds, we're moving pretty slow and we're looking for humpback whales. Sometimes we get in the water with humpback whales right away, but most of the time we don't. We take our time and we analyze the humpback whales. It can take 5 minutes, it can take 20 minutes, it can take 45 minutes. Every whale is different. Our team is working hard in analyzing the whales to see if they are good whales to swim with and getting them used to the boat. And we really just don't want to waste your time when you're here. We only have 7 hours, and that's dictated by the Tongan government of where we can swim with whales. So every whale that we find, we're assessing and analyzing if they're good whales to swim with. And some days we can move through 5 or 6 whales before we find a good whale to swim with. And some days right away, like today, actually, we got in the water with the humpback whales right away. And if you want to actually see what a week of whale swimming is like in Tonga, I go through 5 swim days. Check out this video above, check out that video after this, and make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're really keen on coming to Tonga to swim with humpback whales, or if you're really into the ocean and want to learn more about the animals in it. So yeah, it can take time to get in the water with the humpback whales. Every single humpback whale is different and every day is completely different. That's why I think it's important for you to watch that 5 swim day video at the end of this one. So once we spot a humpback whale and we decide we're going to get in the water with it, there are 2 things that might happen. Most often than not, we're going to put our guide in the water and he's going to go and spot the humpback whales. Once he spots the humpback whales, he's going to put his hand up and that's going to let us know he spotted the whales. And then we're going to let 4 people in the water to go and join the guide. So that brings us to our approach of how you're going to get into the water and how you're going to swim to the humpback whales. More often than not, we're going to have slow-moving humpback whales, mom and calves. That's, I would say, makes up 95% of the encounters here in Vava'u, Tonga. And the golden ticket encounter that we're really looking for are slow-moving whales with a mom and calf. So when you enter the water very gently. You don't jump in the water, you don't jump off the boat, you enter the water very gently and you swim on your side, you keep your fins in the water and you swim to the guide. And that also goes for your hands. You're not using your hands and swimming like this in the water. That's a no-no because that's also making splashing noises. We want to be as quiet as possible and respectful as possible to the mom and calf humpback whale. And these are just some little things that you need to know before you come here to Vava'u, Tonga. It's these things that if everybody is doing will help you optimize your humpback whale encounters here in Vava'u, Tonga. So that brings us next to the approach, okay? When you're approaching these humpback whales, especially the static mom and calf or slow moving mom and calf, you're not charging at them. Just like if you had a baby and some stranger came up to you and charged towards you and your baby, you would be freaked out. The whales feel the same way. So you're gently swimming with your fins on your side towards the guide and positioning yourself close to the humpback whale mom and calf. So once you're in the water with the humpback whale mom and calf, you can see here this drone footage. This is kind of what it looks like. You're in a line, you're together, and you're being respectful of each other because everybody wants to get GoPro footage or photos or videos of the humpback whales. So you're being mindful of each other in the water and you're in a line. That brings me to my next point is do not chase the calf. When you have a mom and calf out here in Vava'u, Tonga, the mom is probably going to be resting just below the surface with the calf. The calf's breath hold is going to be a lot shorter than the mom's. It's going to be between 1 and 5 minutes. The mom's breath hold is a lot longer, probably at about 20 minutes, okay? Not much longer than 20 minutes. When the calf comes up, it's so important that you do not chase the calf. Look again at this drone footage. The calf is up at the surface. Everybody is in a line. They're not chasing the calf and they're letting the calf come to them. more often than not, and I'm dead serious about this, when you chase the calf, 99% of the time, the mom doesn't like it and she will take that calf away and you stress out the whales, okay? So we're staying together and we're staying in a line. Now, what are some things you can do, some tips and tricks to get that calf to come over to you? You can roll in the water, or you can make little sounds in your snorkel and try and get the attention of the calf. If the calf is comfortable with everybody, you'll see, just like in this footage I'm throwing up here, the calf will come and check you guys out, okay? And that's, again, we're working as a team, we're working to optimize as a team our encounters with the humpback whales while we're in the water. Now, when that mom is down with the calf, that calf will probably come up 2 or 3 times before the mom comes up. And then the mom is gonna come up with the calf, and that's gonna bring us to our next point, which is body position and your position in the water when you're with the humpback whales. When I'm personally in the water with a mom, a resting mom and calf, I'm always at the peck, between the peck and the nose. Personally, I'm always at the nose. So when I'm looking down and if the mom is slowly moving underwater, I'm always gonna stay towards the nose, because the best shots are when the mom comes up with the calf. Let's throw up some photos here. Take a look at these photos and you'll see what I'm talking about. Look at the position of where I am versus the whales and look at how great these photos are. So the mom calf will come up, and you know, we don't know what will happen. Sometimes you can swim with the mom and calf and they're moving really slowly, and you can stay with them until the mom rests below again, and sometimes you can't. And it's finding that fine line between chasing them and following them or keeping up with them that is important. If you find that the whale is moving so fast, you're exerting yourself, you're not able to keep up, then we're going to leave that experience, get back on the boat, have the boat reposition, and drop in again with the mom and calf. Now, there is a small percentage of times where you can keep up with the mom and calf, and of course that will lead to those encounters when you hop in the water and you're in the water for like an hour, hour and a half. It's amazing. So the next thing I want to tell you guys about is that there's no diving down on the whales. It's not necessary. The mom and calves are constantly at the surface. And the reason we have this rule is because over the 20 plus years of whale swimming here, everyone knows and can see that if you dive down on a mom and calf, it stresses them out and it changes their behavior and it just ruins the experience. When you're here during the whale season and you have a static mom and calf, you want to work together as a team. You want to do everything you can to optimize the length of your encounter with these humpback whales. And diving down on a mom and calf, 99% of the time will change their behavior, and it ruins the experience for pretty much everybody. It's not respectful for us to dive down on them and disturb them. When they're up at the surface and they're playing with us, that's great. And you'll see when you're out here, the whales that want to play with you, they will play with you. The whales that don't want to play with you, they will not play with you. So it's important just to not stress them out, work as a team, optimize with all the tips that you're learning in this video to help lengthen and improve the quality of your whale swims for that day. Now, there are some encounters here that are fast. Sometimes we'll do flybys, or sometimes we'll have heat runs when there's like 10, 15, 20 whales. So a heat run is typically when a female is in heat. That's what we think, and there's lots of males following her. And that can be 5 humpback whales, that can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 30, you never know what you're gonna see. And sometimes we'll do flybys. Sometimes it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we haven't had any good whale swims, but we have whales, they're just not good whale swims. So we'll start doing drops with them. So on these 2 encounters, everything I said about your entry and approach in the water changes. You're not gently getting in the water. You're definitely just getting yourself in the water and swimming with all of your might to keep up and get to these humpback whales. And when those situations happen, your guide and your captain will let you know that it's happening. And the longer you take to get ready and get yourself in the water is the higher probability that you will miss the whale. So when we say be ready on flybys and heat runs, you need to be ready. When we say go, get your butt in the water so you can see those humpback whales. So just some other tips while you're out here in Tonga that don't really have to do with whale swimming, but have to do with you as a person, as human. It is extremely hot out here and humid, and it's important that you hydrate. I personally try to drink 3 liters of water when I'm on the boat every single day, especially when you're here in October, it becomes really hot and humid. It's also important to have sunscreen and sun protection. It is extremely hot here. Even if it's overcast, it can be hot and the sun can be strong. So you want to have a hat, you want to have your sunglasses, you want to have your sunscreen on the face, I'm normally wearing a full body suit. I'm normally even wearing gloves. I'm trying to protect every element of my skin from the sun because the sun is strong here and we're out in the sun all day. Although all our boats have shade and you can wait inside, all of the action is happening outside. So it's important that you protect yourself from the sun. I want to talk to you about seasickness. So it is winter here in Tonga. Some days we have flat seas, some days we have windy seas, and that means we have choppy seas. So if you're prone to seasickness, it is important that you take meclizine. Pick some meclizine up when you're in the States or in Canada or Europe. That is really the best medicine to take here in Tonga. It's non-drowsy, meclizine, okay? Take some meclizine, take one pill the night before, take one pill in the morning. We'll be letting you know what the weather is like the day before. And if you're really, really seasick, it's important to just get an ear patch of scopolamine. In the United States, you need to get a prescription for that. So if you have one scopolamine patch for every 3 days, that's great, but make sure you bring extra patches because you're swimming in the water and sometimes they fall off. So those are my tips for seasickness here in Tonga. Well, that's it for this video on how to swim with humpback whales. I hope you enjoyed it. Take a look at these next 2 videos that are come up on the end screens. Check those out. Go to my YouTube playlist. Check out my Tonga series. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. I'm not only swimming with humpback whales here in Tonga, but I do lots of whale tours in Dominica with the sperm whales. I do other snorkel and dive tours all around the world. So make sure to subscribe. Learn more about where you can go to do cool things in the ocean and learn more about marine animals. I'll see you guys in the next video.